What's up, crypto kids, blockchain? How y'all doing today? It's Mitch, Crypto Music, just coming at you from the Manor Farm today. We had a big old long Q&A or Ask Me Anything with Forex Shark, the creator of the Manor Farm, the creator of Drip, the creator of a lot of different stuff, great dev, and, you know, little tokenomics genius, right? So, just going to kind of break down in short order, try to simplify things, and just give you a quick little how I'm going about what I'm doing. So on my last video for this, I just showed you how I was entering the farms and the pools. I was taking all of the rev that I earned and sticking it into this pool here, the safe house. The price has gone all over. I would have been better off just like jumping all in at 30-something dollars. You know, I was here for like the pre-sale, but it went so quick. It was like in less than 2 seconds. I was sitting there, you know, trying to get into it, and it just ended like like literally like 2 seconds, and it was gone. And all those people who got into that, you know, they got scored, huge score, and it's like 100x pretty much, basically. You know, it's giant, huge profits. But for the rest of us, didn't really work out that way. So I didn't get into that, you know, pre-sale or whatever, but so I took my liquidity, added to all the pools and all the farms, and I just been gathering up as much rev as I could, and I got some, you know, a bunch of it when it was a little cheaper, getting less of it now that it's a little higher. But what's going to happen is, you know, in a few days when this thing ends, there will be a 48-hour timer that pops up, and at that point, all of these pools will stop printing, right? They'll stop printing this rev token. Now, the only reason for this rev token is basically to get into the next layer of the farm, right? Now, when you were a kid, you were young, you know, probably in high school or somewhere, you read Animal Farm. And if not, you might have saw, like, you know, there's a little movie. You might have saw a cartoon. If not, go watch it. There's a great cartoon that basically encompasses the Animal Farm. And it's really clever the way they've used that story. It's an Orwell. It's really clever how they've used that story to do these farms, right? So basically, you know, the animals end up taking over the farm at one point, right? And that's kind of that's what's happening here. We're in the point where the animals are like getting together or whatever, and now they will be taking over the farm. We'll have that 48-hour timer, and then the pigs and the dogs tokens will become live, right? They'll now run the farm, and it's very freaking clever because, you know, it's on a farm, right? The book's on a farm. It's genius, really. So with all these pools and farms, they're going to be ending. Now, if you, for this pool here, see how I have Bitcoin in this pool? I've got like $1,300 in Bitcoin. I'm not doing anything to this one. I don't need to break the LPs. I don't have to, like, well, it doesn't really matter on this because it's just straight Bitcoin. But let's go over to the farm so that will make a little more sense. Okay, so on these farms, we'll pick this one. Wrapped BNB and BUSD. So this isn't a core pair, right? And that's like these ones up here that have the rev token involved. See, it says core. So you know which ones are the core, but especially these two because this rev token is disappearing, right? And you, when that 48 timer ends, you want to have pulled all of your liquidity tokens out. However, don't break the pairs. The only ones you want to break the pairs on is anything that says rev. So it's these two, and then down on the bottom there's one with PooCoin and rev. You're going to want to break those and, you know, either keep your BNB, keep your BUSD, keep your PooCoin, and just take the rev, or sell these into rev, because these pools liquidity tokens won't go into the next layer of the farm. They don't make any sense there because there is no more rev token. The rev token is simply a claim ticket to allow you to purchase in the next layer of the farm cheaper, right? You get a 20% discount by using the rev token. However, it's all in the USD, or, you know, the BUSD value that it holds, right? If you come here to the white paper, you know, it says this here. It says, when the countdown hits to 0, the initial liquidity that was added to the L1 by the dev team will all be removed. And all rev tokens the developer wallet has accumulated will be sold into the market for BUSD. Now, I don't know how much rev token that is, or what that will do to the price. 60% of the BUSD will be removed from L1, will be placed in the vault that's paid out to stakers of the L2 governance pigs token. And then 20% will be given to the payout through the dogs token. Now, the dogs token will be the token that will be universal for all pools, right? All the pools will pay out in dog token except for 4 pools. There are 4 pools that will pay out in the pigs token. The pigs token basically is like ownership of the platform. That's your governance token. And it sounds like the value of that one is going to be pretty substantial, but there'll be like a single dogs pool where you'll be able to get where you'll be able to get, excuse me, pigs tokens through there. And then there was 3 other pools. Let's go find those. 4 options. Okay, dogs can be earned in all farms and pools as the primary farm token reward. Pigs can be farmed exclusively in the dogs BNB, dogs BUSD, and drip BUSD staking contract. So your drip BUSD, which is really cool. You know, you can I love dedicated income streams. So you could come out of the drip faucet, pair that up with BUSD, sell half of it, whatever, put it into this pool. That pool will pay out in dogs. Then you can take your dogs, dump those into the single dogs asset staking pool and earn pigs. And thereby, accumulating your value, holding on to your value, and doing that whole compounding Lego DeFi thing that we love so much, right? I call them dedicated income streams. You have one stream pouring into another, pouring into another, pouring into another, and it just keeps accumulating in all these little pools, but you end up having, a lake because you got all these little pools, right? I think that makes sense. So all of your tokens, except for the ones, all of your LP tokens, except for the ones that are in these core farms, you'll be able to take those and put those into the next layer farm. And you don't have to do anything. All your, like I was saying, this wrapped BNB and BUSD, I have the 29 LP tokens. I'll pull those out, somewhere in that 48-hour timer. And then when the next layer farm launches, there will be an equivalent pool that I'll be able to drop those into. So you will be able to, drop in your wrapped BNB, BUSD. So I don't need to go, pancake swap. I don't need to go somewhere and break these LPs, which is nice. You don't have to break any of your LPs. You'll be able to stake all that value into the next farm. Are the APRs going to be this crazy off the hook delicious? I honestly don't know. But if you're in this rev pool, you'll need to break that. And then also if you're in those top 2 pools, the rev BNB pool, which I'm in, I plan to break that. And if you're in this rev BUSD, you'll also need to break that. You can sell all your BUSD or wrapped BNB back into rev or not. It's all up to you. I think if your plan was to do that, you might want to consider doing it right now and not letting this thing go out, but that's up to you. So he's got all these different marketing campaigns coming that are going to really push in those last 2 days, like when that 48-hour timer is over and we're all sitting there with our rev tokens. Our rev tokens are going to give us a 20% discount on the moving into the next layer of the farm. But there's going to be like all of these, it sounds like a whole bunch of marketing, which sounds like some effective marketing, and going to be pushing people in that 48 hours over to the platform to kind of get in and use BUSD to buy into the farm. So they will be, getting not at the same rate that we will be getting, but they will have just as much chance to get in, get those pigs tokens ahead of time. But we will already have our rev tokens and we'll be sitting pretty. So the rev tokens will be used to purchase your, to get a 20% discount moving into the next pool. Sounds like you're going to get both pigs and dogs tokens, and you'll be able to do whatever you want with that. I recommend coming over here to Wild Man Crypto's channel and checking out the full interview with Forex Shark. It's also on the Barter Clown channel, but if you don't want to hear that guy talk, then this guy cut off all the parts where that guy was speaking and just left us with the good stuff where Forex Shark was speaking. And again, it's on Wild Man Crypto. Thanks for doing that, Wild Man. So my plan will be to, I'll probably buy a few more tokens. They're about 90 something bucks right now. They'll be over 100 soon. They're going to be easily at 120. I imagine this token could easily hit a couple $100 before it's all said and done. So there's that. That's not financial advice or anything like that, but that's what's going on with the Manor Farm. So we got a few more days. then a 48-hour timer will click off. If you're in these pools, go break those LPs. Other than that, you can yank these LP tokens out of here, but you don't, because they don't have a mechanism to roll them over. You have to do that voluntarily. So you'll need to, like, you know, pull your LP tokens out. It's very simple. You just, right there at that unstake, you just press max, and it will press confirm. That will unstake your tokens. So these will all end. You'll be able to pull them over there. You want to get as much rev together as you can. That's going to give you a 20% discount going into the next layer of the farm and all that good stuff. And it sounds like the drip garden thing will be, you know, this will be coming over as well, which is good. You know, this whole thing, I really I really like the way that Forex Shark bitch slapped a lot of the drip promoters, right? A lot of the drip promoters are not the best guys. You know, they do some things that are a little slimy. Like, for instance, this whole farm for drip BUSD LP garden. So a lot of these guys were like, you know, when you work hand in hand with a developer and you're the first person to, like, put into a contract that was based this way, I find that to be one of the most slimiest and disgusting things I've ever seen. And there's a lot of people who did it, you know, people I like, you know, and I called them out at the time. I'm like, this is ridiculous that you guys are doing this. You're working with the developer. The developer's like, okay, I've deposited into the contract. You're the first person I'm going to tell about it. Go ahead and put into this contract and then bring it to your people. Really? That is, like, ridiculous. And here's why. And I love that Forex Shark basically bitch slapped his own, you know, a lot of his own promoters, because they are the exact same people who are pushing all that stuff, right? Sustainability, unlike his predecessors, a contract balance multiplier as well as a time multiplier has been added, which ensures everyone gets fair buying regardless of when they come in. And here is the part I'm talking about. Existing miner protocols are designed for the first person who enters the contract can deposit 1% of the capital without buying power, with enough buying power to withdraw almost all of the capital which comes in after that. And that is exactly how it works. It's an unfair system, which is designed for insiders and cash grabs. Damn right. The drip garden is a true game where all players start out relatively equal, and what determines your payout is how often you plant your seeds, compound, versus how often you sell them and withdraw. And you see this graph here, which totally changed the game on that. And I love that, because basically, you know, it's like him saying, you know, all you guys who are pumping all those scam contracts, bring everyone in. And he put out like I put $10,000 in this new contract. They were all doing it. $10,000 in this new contract. I'm like, yeah, but your $10,000 ends up being like $100,000 compared to everyone else, and everyone else on these multi-chain farmers. This is a rant that doesn't really belong on this. They're still collecting little teeny drips, trying to get back their original deposit, while you guys made off like bandits. It was slimy, and I love what Forex Shark did here. He straightened them all out, right? Straightened his own people, brought them in lines, like, hey, you know, promote this contract that's much better. I'm actually going to be loading this up quite a bit, but not until after the farm launches, because I'm using all of my funds to, you know, well, you know, besides all the other DeFi that I'm funding and all that, all the funds that I've allocated for this, I am, you know, getting in there to get as much pigs and dogs as I can. But also just going to be rolling over all of my liquidity and LP tokens. Got about $6 in there now, not a lot. And I'll be rolling that into the new farm. And so there's all that. Grab as much rev as you can. Right now it's at $93. It was like at 88 when I started this video. So things are going really great here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you got lots of freaking profits falling in your lap. This is a major opportunity. Hopefully the APRs are somewhere like they were before, because damn, they were tasty, weren't they? All right, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Crypto Music is going to catch you guys on the flip. Links in the description below if you're interested in this type of thing. If not, just, you know, watch, follow along, that type of thing. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.